6 months pregnant and stubborn as ever, she'd insisted on helping Mark renovate their new home despite his protests. "There's something hollow behind here," she called out, running her fingers along the painted cinder block. Mark descended the creaking stairs, toolbox in hand. "Probably just a utility access. This house is old, built in the 50s. But when they broke through the false wall, they found something that made Sarah's blood freeze. A narrow room, no bigger than a closet, with rusty chains bolted to the concrete floor. Dark stains covered the walls in abstract patterns, and crude drawings, stick figures with X's for eyes, covered every surface in what looked like crayon. "Jesus Christ," Mark whispered, pulling Sarah behind him. "We need to call the police." Detective Morrison arrived within the hour, his face grim as he documented the scene. "How long have you lived here?" 3 months, Sarah said, her hand instinctively moving to her belly. "We bought it from the bank, foreclosure." Morrison's radio crackled. After a brief exchange, he turned back to them with a puzzled expression. "That's strange. According to county records, this property has been vacant for over a decade. No previous owner listed." "That's impossible," Mark said. "Someone built this room. Someone kept people here." The lab results came back a week later. Morrison's voice was tight when he called. "The blood samples, they're fresh, maybe 6 months old, and the DNA." He paused, the silence stretching uncomfortably. "This is going to sound crazy, but it's a match to your unborn child." Sarah dropped the phone. That night, she woke to the sound of chains rattling from the basement. Mark was fast asleep beside her, but she could hear it clearly, metal against concrete, and underneath it, a child's voice humming a lullaby she somehow recognized. She crept downstairs, following the sound. The hidden room was empty, but fresh crayon drawings covered the walls. They showed a woman with a round belly, a man with a beard, and between them, a small figure with its arms reaching up. At the bottom of the wall, in shaky letters, someone had written, "Mummy and Daddy came home." Sarah's hands shook as she touched her stomach. The baby kicked once, hard, as if responding to her fear. From somewhere in the darkness behind her, she heard the chains rattle again, and a voice, her own voice, but more frightened, whispered, "Don't leave me here again." She ran upstairs and packed their bags. They left that night and never returned. The house still stands empty. Sometimes, neighbors report seeing a pregnant woman in the windows and hearing a child's laughter echoing from the basement. Some cycles, they say, are impossible to break.